And we are live. Welcome, everybody. We are 3FifsPodcast. I am, as always, your semi-quasi sort of a host at AYRRYK, Eric. As always, we are joined by the alliterative Miss Ash at Hey Miss Atwell with 3 A's on Twitter.
Lisa.
She gives the people what they want at Bree Gets Tweets, Miss Breon.
And I'm really going to start checking my Twitter, y'all. I promise.
She's
We
been
all
saying that for 2 weeks. She's been saying that for 2 years.
Spoiler alert.
You know what?
She
That's
doesn't
okay. Y'all
do
got to
it.
have confidence in me. It's fine. It's fine.
And you know him, you love him, the real Black Spider-Man, a.k.a. Mr. Watch Out for That Fan, a.k.a. Mr. Still Funny, a.k.a. Mr. He Liked It, so he put a ring on it, a.k.a. that nigga Jay, a.k.a. that cheating asshole who keeps running around on us with other podcasts. At LB90, it's Justin.
You just call him a hoe?
So, I actually wasn't running around
No,
the last 2
no.
weeks. That's actually not what happened these last 2 weeks.
Not a cheating asshole. Not a
maybe
hoe,
on a later
cheating
date.
asshole.
On a later date, I could explain what happened, but paperwork says I can't talk about what happened. So,
Wow, that happens.
Just
So he
so
will be
that it was
running
very
around
fun
on us
and
again soon.
no, this is a Saturday. I'm not running around with you guys on a Saturday. That's that. So what Eric is referring to, if you're in the DC area, the DMV area, Awesome Con this Saturday at 3:30. I will be part of the movie trailer reviews panel. Nostalgia trips down memory lane. It'll be myself, the host of the Insanity Report, Chris, the host of Where's My 40 Acres, and the host of the Gaming and Then Some podcast, Sterling. It's going to be fun. Basically, it's going to be a large gathering of black podcasters in the DMV area. If you listen to us or any of those shows, you want to hang out with us, AwesomeCon, 3:30. I believe it is room 145. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'll put the actual correct room and everything on Twitter so you can follow us there. Also, after the panel at 6 p.m., we'll be meeting up at Penn Social, so it'll be a huge black podcaster meetup at Penn Social. It'll be very fun. You can hang out with us, meet a lot of people with similar interests, and just really have a good time. And most importantly, eat chicken and drink. I think that's the most important part in all of this. We're going to be hanging out, eating chicken and drinking. So, hang out with us there, kick it with us, check out the panel at AwesomeCon, kick it with us at Penn Social. It'll be a great day. I feel like it's a great way to spend your Saturday, personally.
And for anyone who might be listening to this who doesn't listen to them, you should definitely listen to movietrailerreviews.net, Insanity Check with Chris, as well as the Gaming and Then Some podcast with Sterling, Quita, Momo, and Charles. They are really great podcasts, and actually I've appreciated because every time they've mentioned Justin, they have shouted out 3FifsPodcast, so big ups to them. You know, we obviously are not nearly as big and popular as them, but they have taken out the time to shout us out, and that is probably also a testament to Justin, you know, doing what he does over there with them, holding it down, repping the 3Fifs podcast. So as much as we love to give them a hard time, we really do appreciate all that and them shouting us out, so that's really cool.
Yeah, thanks, man. Like, seriously, all the love and support you guys show us, whether it's through retweets or listening to the show or shouting the show out when you guys do your own shows, it's appreciated. And yeah, we just want to keep the circle going, keep love, the flow, the cipher, whatever you want to call it, keep that going. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So what's been bugging me today? And I shared this with you guys in the chat we do prepping for the show. Aliana's actually in Baltimore right now.
Yes,
trying to
fix my city.
Like,
what?
Ron,
so what's she gonna do? Is she is it wrong that I kind of want her to get those cops? I don't think they're in custody right now. They all posted bond, right? I wanted to have the cops come to the church and have them with the protesters in Baltimore be like, let's hug it out now. The way she made, who did she make hug it out? The Darren Wilson's family, hugging it out with Mike Brown's family. She did something idiotic. I remember that involved like
She gonna bring him into
hugging
her
the
mammy
victims
titty?
of a.
It's a whole lot of folks trying to
My
get
family,
that bring
yes.
it in money. We were just talking about that the
Yeah.
other day, that whole fiasco with what's his name? What's Pettit from the fraternity in Oklahoma. Come to find out that the what is her I cannot remember her name. But it was basically
local rep.
the local representative who was a black woman who reached out to them for him to do this apology. I
Yes.
was like,
Why are we always saying sorry even when we aren't in the wrong?
Yeah, she is apparently a member of a national fraternity that we will not name to protect the innocent as well as the guilty, and there was much discussion about reaching out to her through the organization, like you need to cut this crap out. Don't be dragging us into this BS.
I'm done.
They were unamused.
Yeah.
she's
And
trying to get that political backing money. Remember that time? Remember that time I helped you apologize?
Rich.
Remember that time I helped you apologize? How about some contributions to the campaign?
Yeah, and the new church building.
She's trying to get that Olivia Pope money. That's what it is. She's trying to get that Olivia Pope money.
She's trying to get that I fix things. Yeah, she's trying to get it. That's the new thing now, I think, for black people. Like, you get on a little bit, and then you run to the first situation that requires an apology, and you try to get on.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the real nigga in equation, the real nigga in equation position, I am available for hire. Let a sister know.
No, so Tiff and I have this running joke. When companies want to hire diversity and inclusion experts, Tiffany's whole joke is, it's a really simple job. You get hired for it and then ask you, okay, how do we better reach out and understand these marginalized communities? How do we better understand black people, Hispanic people? What can we do in our offices to better reach out to these cultures? Tiff always says, you should hire them.
How dare you?
I love her.
How dare you?
I love her.
Why does she speak such unreasonable craziness? How dare she demand
I can take no credit for that.
Hire Negroes? Is she crazy?
No credit for that joke. But
what?
It's a simple solution. Really, if you have black people working with you and not just in sort of token positions, and you actually value their input, they'll help you avoid a lot of the stupid shit that happens. Like the Clorox thing. If they just had one black person on staff, they probably would have said, maybe this isn't such a good idea. But no, so Ilyana has teamed up with Jamal Bryant, who, if you don't remember Jamal Bryant held a sermon. He's also a Baltimore preacher. He gave the eulogy for Freddie Gray.
Oh, Lord.
During the funeral. But you may remember Jamal Bryant as a pastor who famously gave the sermon that included, "Turn to your neighbor, these hoes ain't loyal."
Oh.
So it's going to be Ilyana and Jamal Bryant for the next today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So the next 3 days in Baltimore, trying to fix and heal it, because that's what we need.
He preached on a Chris Brown song.
They are gonna bring Baltimore into Ilyana's mammy titty.
Look, much like rock.
Okay, I gotta jump in here, okay, because I love Ilyana. I love it because only today in America can you get a show that tries to fix decades of dysfunction in a weekend. I love it. I think it's great.
No. I'm sorry. I refuse to call her Iyanla, whatever the hell made up name. Her name is Rhonda Harris.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Iyanla Van Zant, born Rhonda Ava Harris, is an American inspirational speaker, lawyer, New Thought spiritual teacher, author, life coach, and television personality.
She does look like a Rhonda, though.
She was given the title. No, just so everyone knows, she was given the title Iyanla, which means Great Mother, after being initiated and ordained as a priestess in the Yoruba tradition, as mentioned in her television interview on the Con Jackson Show. She attended Medgar Evers College and Virginia Union University. Van Zandt holds a Juris Doctor degree summa cum laude from the City University of New York School of Law. She currently resides in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. She is also an ordained New Thought minister. Her name is Rhonda Harris, and she gave a goat to the Yoruba tribe, so they named her a priestess because if the Yoruba tribe learned if we give people the title of Great Mother Priestess, they'll give us free goats.
So money talks,
all the
bullshit
goats.
walks. And
Speaking of goats, this is a great segue.
Oh God, we have the worst segues ever.
That's a great segue.
Thank you.
No,
I thought it was great.
The segues are great. It's the content that's really, really horrible.
Yes, the content of this show is much worse than the segues.
Also true. So, about this lawyer who would like to wed President Barack Obama's oldest daughter, Malia.
Yep.
And he has an offer of, what was it? What was the offer?
We got 50 cows, 70 sheep, and 30 goats.
Now, did you do the math on this yet? Were you able to?
I'm checking right now on the math on the cow and other miscellaneous animal values. I'm trying to find some actual numbers here, which might be.
We've looked up before in a separate conversation. We have looked up exactly like goats versus cows versus sheep and how much you get per piece. Because me being from Texas, I have heard about cows. I have been to places where a prize was an auctioning of a cow, and they will butcher it for you, and they will keep the meat because it's an entire cow. And people may not realize this, but that's a big animal. That's a lot of meat. So I was interested to find out exactly how much money you get for a cow.
This is legit.
Or a goat.
Questions that need answers. Either way.
Oh, here's a question that needs answering. Like, it just hit me. How old is Malia Obama?
I just did the math. She is 17 years old.
How old is this lawyer?
Uh-oh. Old enough to think that he need to be offering some goats and cows?
Exactly. Fuck, man.
But no.
What? Jeff Duggar? It wasn't the Josh Duggar.
Wait.
No, this shit
but here's the fucked up part about it. This girl, he says he's been watching her since 2008 when her dad was elected. Y'all, she was born in 1998. She was born in 1998.
Yeah, she was 10. Nah. Oh. Nope.
Oh.
She was born in 1998.
Oh.
And looks every bit of it.
Watching her since she was a 10-year-old little girl.
Yep.
What
makes you think that's okay? Like, so, President Obama, I've noticed your 10-year-old daughter, and in 8 years, I would like to purchase her for the lump sum of 50 cows, 50 goats, and we might even throw in 40 acres in a mule. What do you say there, buddy?
No,
what makes someone think that's okay?
I will call the police.
How do you do that? Like, how does that, is there some type of brokerage firm you go through to be like, hey, I want that one, here's what I got, go holler at the family.
It's a dowry. It's a dowry.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, I don't know how dowries work nowadays. Like, I feel like back in the day, like, the dads used to talk and stuff, but now it's just like, oh, I'm gonna just put it out there and see, I'm gonna just, throw out some bait, see if anybody catch it. I'm gonna just put it out there. Weird.
It's like eBay. Like, we have e-dating. Now we have electronic dowry. You basically put up the price that you want for this item. Like, hey, I would like to offer 50 cows and 50 goats. Like that is my initial offer. Will you acknowledge it, or will you raise the offer?
But this guy's quotes though. As a matter of fact, I haven't dated anyone since 2008 and promised to be faithful to her. I have shared this with my family, and they are willing to help me raise the bride price.
Well, number one, that is not the reason why you haven't dated anybody since 2008.
It kind of depends on the weight of the animals. So going with very broad stroke numbers, we're looking at about $47,400 for the value of the cows, $21,000 for the value of the sheep, and about $3,750 for the goats, for a total of about $72,100.
Oh, that ain't enough.
That's not enough.
I'm gonna come from the other side of this. That ain't enough. You got to bring some spices from the Orient. You got to you got to come harder. You got to bring me some cinnamon and some cardamom from India. I need a basket of star anise and
I need some lamb chops.
Like, you got to do better.
Bones. You got to get your
olive oil from
I also
Greece.
don't know what the standard dowry is. What country is he from?
Kenya. The same place Barack Obama's black family is from. Freaking Kenya.
I'ma just say,
damn. So they should know better. Like, there's so much wrong with this. One, you've got an old lawyer scoping out a 10-year-old and saying, "I'm waiting for her to get ripe, then I'll make my move." That is just so creepy, wrong, and disgusting on so many levels. The other thing, the insulting part about this, as I say that as if pedophilia and preying on a child is disgusting and insulting. No. You're
breaking up really bad.
We're losing you, Justin. We're losing you.
Justin.
Oh, no. No. All right, hold on. All right, how is it now?
Yeah. That's good.
Which should be good.
Okay, so what I was saying, like, this is wrong and creepy on so many levels. You've got this lawyer scoping out a 10-year-old and saying, "I'm going to wait for her to get ripe." That's like looking at one of the Olsons and saying, in about 10 years, I might be able to do that during the Full House run. Like, that's just wrong and creepy and just disgusting. You should probably date people that are within your age range. And by that, I mean legal. Right? You shouldn't be scoping out children waiting for them to get legal. That's what R. Kelly did. And we all know R. Kelly is
He did not wait for them to get legal.
He was done when they were legal.
It was already there and done by then.
R. Kelly is a pedophile.
The sad thing about it is a lot of girls are being bought like that for a dowry and actually end up with these old ass men. But this dude, not only is he a pedophile, he's enlisting his family to help him be a pedophile because he's too fucking broke to actually provide all that shit.
You ain't got enough money. You ain't got enough money.
So not only are you a pedophile, you a broke bum ass pedophile.
In the interest of providing greater context, as we all decry this man's offer, Chelsea Clinton also received an offer from a Kenyan man to purchase her hand in marriage from her parents. His offer for her was 40 goats and 20 cows.
Oh.
So
we got to run the exchange. We got to run the exchange on 1998 to now.
So I would like to point out here, you all are also assuming that the dowry price is that high in Kenya. For all you know, standard offer is like 2 cows and 5 goats. And so the numbers they're throwing out here are like, oh my goodness, that's more than anyone would offer to marry anyone else in this country. We don't really know how the numbers work out.
You're right.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to put it out here. I'm just going to put it out here, and I said it before we started recording. If anybody out there is watching this show is interested in purchasing a dowry from me, all I ask is you pay my tuition, my student loans, and give me a bucket of chicken. And not none of that KFC shit either.
Well, I mean, how much are we really talking there?
The
what
good
are we talking?
chicken.
Like $50,000 and a bucket of chicken. That is less than he was offering for Malia. Like, you gotta really run these numbers
but
here.
you gotta consider something. I'm 25, so I'm kind of old already.
Yeah,
Also
see,
true.
like,
This is a deal, my nigga. This is a bargain.
Here's my thing.
Not that you put yourself
You're gonna make
on
an offer like
sale.
that for.
You can't put yourself on sale.
At least that's
Like, you're
legal.
Like, if you're gonna make that offer for the daughter of a head of state, I feel like you should offer, like, it should be like an engagement ring. You gotta do two paychecks of the person you're purchasing for. So, like, the dowry cost has to at least be 2 of Obama's paychecks, right?
yeah.
Like, that's fair, right? That's a fair offer to start with. If we're gonna go down this dowry route.
Well, actually,
We're gonna go that dowry route. Can we
they
agent something
said
and know?
3 months, but that's because De Beers said 3 months, so you can take that however you
Well,
want to
look,
take that.
the engagement rings are diamond because De Beers said so. So let's take all this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like I said, 50,000 and a bucket of chicken.
I want
That's a
all the
bargain.
goats. No, you
That-
can
that's
bring
a-
me
that's a
all the goats
good
and the
deal.
cows. Get me some land. Give me some spices from the Orient.
As we have also sadly discussed before, you don't get the goats or the cows or
And
the
you want to
spices.
insult my
They go to
family
your
with a
family.
low price? You want to insult
They
me and
go
my
to your
family, but not
family.
offer me?
You
My
don't
mama and them
get
like
them.
chicken. My mama and them like chicken.
That isn't
Exactly.
That is insulting.
You don't get the $50,000. Your family gets the $50,000 in exchange for getting rid of you.
Shoot.
First
Dang.
of all,
So that's really what it
I'm about
is.
to do something
First
really
of
black
all,
right now.
They're taking the
We gonna
money.
do this. Hold on.
So hold on. I think we cracked the code. The
Wait
parents
a
do
minute.
this to get their bad kids out of the house. That's what it
Yes.
is. They're selling their kids.
Mama, I got a point to prove. If someone offered $50,000 and a bucket of chicken to marry me, then gave it to you, how would you feel?
So what?
If someone offered you $50,000 and a bucket of chicken to buy me to be married, what would you do?
I shoot that.
My mom,
See, your parents love you. Your mom loves you.
she does love me, y'all.
Yes.
I can tell you, my mama would already be like, "That's not enough.
My
Like,
mama loves me, y'all.
that's not enough."
My mama loves. Y'all should see the look she was giving me.
She's probably like, "What in the world are y'all talking about?"
Mommy, stop looking
So
like
no.
that.
So here's the real question. No, here's the real question. Ash.
Somebody-
If someone came to you and offered you $50,000 and a bucket of chicken for your mom's hand in marriage, would you take it?
Hell no.
Did somebody do that?
No, someone offered President Obama 40 cows. Wait, hold on. Let me bring this article up. How much is it, y'all?
Wait, you got
Like
70
50 cows.
70 cows,
40 goats.
40
and
goats,
Something else. Sheep.
and some sheep
Sheep.
to do what?
to marry his 17-year-old daughter. Y'all, her face.
What? She had that hard
Oh,
enunciation.
he run the Secret Service.
She
I
said
would
to
have
do
them
what?
find their ass,
Listen to her, y'all.
and I would go straight hook on their ass.
And we're gonna. That's my mama, y'all.
She goes,
That's my mama, y'all.
This is live podcasting, everybody. This is why we do it.
My mama loves me, y'all.
But no, so
That's
And
great.
I'm old.
you seem so shocked at that. Like, I think that's what gets me. You seem so shocked that your mom wouldn't take, a cash payment for her daughter.
I'm not shocked, but I just like asking my mama crazy shit to see what she's gonna say. Quite frequently.
That's
Oh,
great.
man. Oh,
Speaking of people who will put a price on their children, the Duggars.
Oh God, Joe, and these segues.
Yeah!
Fucking dumb.
Killing it!
Good job. Peter.
Professional
That
podcast,
was a good
ladies
one.
and gentlemen.
I'm
God.
done.
God.
All the same.
Oh, my God.
That is so terrible.
Oh, man. Okay.
Got it.
For those of you that are unaware, which Duggar is it? Is it Josh Duggar?
Yes.
Josh Duggar, right?
Josh Duggar.
The first of the Duggar sons.
Joshua
Mother Duggar.
Duggar has
Mother Duggar.
been
He
has been
admitted.
has been molesting underage women or molesting underage girls. One of which might have been his sister. Hold on, let me bring this up so I can make sure.
Oh, no.
Okay, here we go for context.
At least
According
3 or
to-
4.
I heard it was like around 5, at least around 5. Let's just stop there. Let's just give that number around 5.
Yeah.
When he was 14 years old, some of which might include did include his sisters, because he basically admitted to everything the media's put out there.
And the parents knew about it.
Yes.
Yes,
it
the
was
parents.
5. 3 or 4 may have been his sisters. They're not releasing the names, but the suggestion is 3 or 4 of them were his sisters, but it was 5 total when he was like 14. His parents found out, or he admitted it to them, and they basically at first did nothing until they realized he didn't stop. Yes, I want you to his parents knew he was doing it, and then when he didn't stop, realized, well, we have to do something. So they sent him away to Little Rock to work with friends who own some type of remodeling business, and hoped that some time away and some mentorship would help him out or something. And then they had him talk to a sheriff in Little Rock who basically they said
who's currently in jail
for child pornography.
Who is currently in jail for the next 56 years on child pornography charges. They also sent him to a treatment center that was basically run by a family friend whose conferences they would speak at and who ran some type of religious counseling. He was forced out a couple years ago. He was forced out of the same organization because of allegations of harassing or molesting young women and failure to report child abuse. Yeah. These are the people they had their son talk to about him molesting young girls.
But here's the thing. Going back to how many victims it was, you said it's supposed to be 5 victims, 3 or 4 of which are his sisters. All this evidently happened in 2002. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his sisters that were alive in 2002.
Yeah.
With the youngest being born in 1997.
So we bring that up. That the other thing to note about the Duggars, apparently the Duggar family had some pull within certain conservative circles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They what?
And Mike Huckabee. So Eric can probably correct me on this. The Duggar family is part of which conservative think tank? The Family Research Council, or
Josh
Duggar, I think, was Family Research Council.
Yeah, he was the executive director of Family Research Council until he resigned because of all these allegations, because of this scandal. I'm not even going to say allegations. Yeah. He did it.
Yes.
And apologize.
Yeah, these aren't allegations. He's admitted to doing it.
I'm like, how do you even get a chance to resign? They didn't even fire you.
No, because
have you heard of the Family Research Council? Of course not.
The Family Research Council. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing about the Family Research Council. They are a conservative think tank lobbying group. One of their positions that they hold and lobby for is a federal conscience clause, which would allow medical workers to refuse to provide certain treatments to their patients. So, like a doctor and someone wants an abortion, I can say, nope, you're not getting one. Sorry, I don't. Conscience is objective.
They also had.
I don't have to provide you.
Pharmacists and Plan B pills, which are a big thing.
For fiscal year 2011, they did revenue in excess of $13 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to be working for them.
Current head now is Tony Perkins, a conservative lobbyist. He was previously a police officer, television reporter, and served 2 terms as a Republican member of the Louisiana House of Representatives and unsuccessfully ran for Senate in 2002.
And they are grossly homophobic,
right.
in case y'all didn't get that yet.
Oh, that's this guy.
According,
Oh, you're gonna want to hear this.
yeah,
On May 17, 2001, Perkins gave a speech to the Louisiana chapter of the Council of Conservative Citizens, a white supremacist group that has described black people as a retrograde species of humanity. Perkins claimed not to know the group's ideology at the time, but it was been widely publicized in Louisiana and the nation. Just 2 years earlier, the Duke incident surfaced again in the local press in 2002 when Perkins ran unsuccessfully for the U.S. Senate.
I remember that story.
oh my fucking, wow. So it's that asshole.
Yep.
Well,
that
yes.
asshole.
Anyway,
Also, the
I
Family
bring up
Research Council has been characterized by the Southern Poverty Law Center as a hate group due to their harsh anti-gay stances.
Right. So I bring up the Family Research Council part to sort of give context to this. Mike Huckabee has said, we should forgive Josh Duggar. He did wrong. We should. But the Christian thing to do is to forgive. Here's what he said. He said Josh's actions, he was an under 18, are described as he described them himself, inexcusable. But that doesn't mean unforgivable. He and his family dealt with it and were honest and open about it with the victims and the authorities.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't.
Isn't this the same asshole?
That's categorically false.
Isn't Mike
Because if they
Huckabee
had, then CPS would have removed somebody from that house.
But
He didn't behave honestly.
Isn't Mike Huckabee the same asshole who basically said Beyonce was a downfall of America?
Yes, that Jay-Z shouldn't let Beyonce run around in those outfits and dance like that, and that Mike Brown shouldn't have been acting like a thug or else he would still be alive. But Josh had some childhood indiscretions. No, I've been reading the Blaze and stuff on this, and they've tried to characterize this as, young kids playing doctor, to just someone kind of growing up and exploring. No, he was a teenager and they were toddlers almost.
Here's the fucked up part about it.
No part of that is okay.
But then we have we got Jessa Duggar's father-in-law, his sister father-in-law, basically saying that you would do it too if you didn't have to worry about the repercussions of it. That's basically what his statement boiled down to. I'm gonna find an exact quote.
Good night.
Yeah.
So while you're looking for that, Mike Huckabee continued. Good people make mistakes and do regrettable and even disgusting things. The reason that the law protects disclosure of many actions on the part of a minor is that society has traditionally understood something that today's bloodthirsty media does not understand. That being a minor means that one's judgment is not mature. Keep in mind, Mike Brown, a minor, was a thug who caused his own death. Hold on.
Trayvon Martin was too.
Trayvon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Trayvon Martin was too.
Yes,
but no,
and the kids in Baltimore were all responsible for their decisions despite all being minors.
As Eric has often said, black people are never children. They're just tiny adults.
Yeah.
They grow into big
Tamir Rice was, a male with a gun, not a 12-year-old at a park. And that's what pisses me off about this. Like, there's so much to get. There's so much to get incised at with this, and of all the levels, it's also just the casual hypocrisy and bigotry of people that stick up for the Duggars, but then use that. But then we'll flip that logic on its head when it comes to Baltimore, Tamir Rice, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin. No. Josh Duggar, he just made a mistake. A teenager sexually assaulting a toddler is a mistake. Getting shot by the police means you probably deserve your own.
Multiple times assaulted.
I found it. I found the quote from Jessa Duggar's father-in-law that I was looking for. And this is a direct quote. While not all of our sins find a way to manifest themselves externally, we all know the corruption that is present in each of our hearts. It is a mercy of God that He restrains the evil of mankind, and otherwise we would have destroyed ourselves a long time ago. Many times it is simply a lack of opportunity or fear of consequences that keeps us from falling into grievous sin, even though our fallen hearts would love to indulge in the flesh.
You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
You can
like
go
I have nothing witty.
fuck yourself.
I have no witty remark. I have no pithy comeback. All I can say is go fuck yourself. Oh,
While we're
I
at
pray.
it.
I am
What a
praying.
hot pot poker.
While we're at
Hold
it,
on.
Jim
I am
Bob
praying that-
Duggar
Jim Bob.
also ran for, what was this? Jim Bob released a statement supporting him. Oh, his 2002 senatorial campaign,
Around
in
the time
which
this
one
was
of his
happening.
position statements was on abortion. What is your abortion position, and specifically where do you stand on rape, incest, and the threat to the mother's health? If a woman is raped, the rapist should be executed instead of the innocent unborn baby. Adoption is an option. Many couples would love to adopt and are waiting for a baby. Abortion has been and always will be a destruction of an innocent child. Rape and incest represent heinous crimes and as such should be treated as capital crimes. The developing infant committed no crime and should be allowed to live. In the unlikely event that both the mother and the baby would be lost, for example, a tubal pregnancy, all should be done to save the life of the mother. So, incest should be treated as a capital crime worthy of execution, unless it's my son, in which case I'm just going to have him talk to some other pedophiles and then send him about his way.
But it's only okay to be a
Like, I fucking hate this
pedophile as long as
show.
you're straight. Because last year, Michelle Duggar, the mom, actually released a robocall trying to block a law that will allow transgender people to use the bathroom that most aligns with their identity. She said in this robocall, I don't believe citizens would want males with past child predator convictions that claim they are female to have a legal right to enter private areas that are reserved for women and girls. I doubt that Fayetteville parents would stand for a law that would endanger their daughters or allow them to be traumatized by a man joining them in their private space.
She's projecting.
We should never place the preference of an adult over the safety and innocence of a child. Parents, who do you want dressing next to your daughter in public swimming pools, private changing area? I still believe that we are a society that puts women and children first. Really?
That's when? When was
Except
this?
in your home.
Word? Oh, for real?
When was this? I missed that time.
Girl,
That's
I think I
in
did too.
absolutely no way true ever. B, you didn't put kids first in your own home.
Because you let him stay there and repeatedly molest multiple of your children.
And other people's children.
And other people's children. Now, see, that's the other thing I don't, because a lot of times people try to trot out the Christian ideology. Yes, you are forgiven. If you confess your sins to the Lord, yes, you are forgiven for your sins. I believe that. I love Jesus. However, that does not mean that you do not have to endure the consequences for your actions, because that does not absolve you of all of your consequences. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Now I don't have to, like, if that were true, nobody would be in jail.
We actually were talking about this the other day. Two of the stories that everyone knows in the Bible. The first one, the woman who had committed a sin. When Jesus asked her, where are your accusers? They've all gone. The key component of that story is that they were involved in her sin. They were just trying to prosecute her alone, and that was why he was like, well, whichever one of you hasn't been involved in this, you throw the stone first. All of them left because they'd all been involved in the exact same thing. The other story that relates to this is the two criminals on the cross on either side of Jesus. When the one criminal went, I accept you as my Lord and Savior, Jesus didn't get him off the cross. He didn't go, all right, well, you've asked for forgiveness and you're really sorry, so how about you just hop on down? He said, no, today you'll be with me in paradise because you're still going to die for your crimes. You still have to pay. You just now are forgiven by me. And, side of this religious context, you are forgiven, your slate is wiped clean, you still have to face the law. You don't get out of that part.
So, Jesus also said, "Render unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar." Like your punishment is still like that's what you're gonna pay what you owe. You committed a crime, you're gonna pay what you owe.
And since the statute of
Right.
limitations has run out for him, he's not even going to get any jail time.
Nope.
Nope.
His only punishment is getting his
hurt
name
feelings.
rightfully dragged. Though, as we know, hurt feelings is the worst form of racism.
Yes.
The worst form of discrimination ever is having your feelings hurt.
But
That
as
makes me feel bad.
CC alluded in the chat, I'm still able to follow it. These girls are actually being taught that this is their fault for tempting their brother.
Yes,
Or
that is the other
tempting
fucked up part of all this.
their family friend or whatever Josh was to these other kids. Because one of the links I put in the topic list basically was a worksheet that their homeschool curriculum basically taught them how to deal with sexual abuse. And the guy who made this curriculum actually had gotten in trouble.
Shocking.
Had gotten in trouble for sexual misconduct.
Shocking.
Yes.
I am shocked.
I know. Shocked.
Everyone in
and
Arkansas is apparently a pedophile. That's what I've
Clever.
gleaned from this scandal, is everyone in a position of authority in the state of Arkansas is apparently an abuser or a pedophile. That's all I've gathered from this.
It's like a little small community of
I
pedophiles.
really
Like, how do you
hope.
find so many pedophiles to talk to another pedophile about being a pedophile? Confused.
Like I really hope the quote we read earlier about the father-in-law to one of the Duggar daughters. Is that who it was?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really hope that that's not the father-in-law of one of the Duggars that was assaulted. Because fuck.
I hope
Just-
not either. That's my first thought.
Just fuck, man. Like I said, I'm hearing that, I'm sitting like, yo, that really could be one of the victim's fathers. And like that,
Father-in-law.
this,
These are sisters.
yeah, father-in-law. Which means he
Your
probably
husband
knows.
probably thinks you taught your husband this same thought process. That's fun.
And that's the terrifying thought.
And they're
Like-
having kids.
They are. A lot of them.
Yeah.
The Duggars
Well,
are
that's the other
really
part.
having children.
Is that because Josh never actually got good counseling, we also don't know things like where did this come from? Because it's not exactly common that this is just something that someone is just born doing. It is in many cases taught by one being abused or exposed to sexual content at a very young age. And so
Yeah.
we know multiple people close to the Duggars were apparently also abusers, but because this has been swept under the rug and it's because this has been pushed down for so long, we don't know if Josh Duggar was abused himself and if there is someone perpetuating this inside of this family because they just decided to sweep it under the rug and hide it. So we don't know if there is some other predator lurking here who abused Josh and started this.
And because he never got... And also, we don't know if he's actually stopped.
Yeah, which is the other part. We don't know if he's stopped or not. We just know he's not been caught.
And that's the terrifying part. Like, that
And as a segue, it's still related. Four of the Duggar daughters actually wrote a book about growing up Duggar, and they basically said they learned how to kiss from their dad and their brother.
Oh, good Lord.
fuck.
What? Oh my god.
Yo, fuck this entire family, B. Like,
Yeah.
Apparently-
Yeah.
What?
like the patriarchs of this family, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, yo. And
Yeah.
I'd love to say that this is sort of like an isolated thing.
No, it isn't.
Like, I'd love to say that this is sort of like an isolated thing, and that this is just, it's just this family. No, like these mindsets of, these girls did something to cause their own rape. Oh, he was just a boy being a boy. These aren't unique to the Duggars. Like that is like prevalent in our culture. Like we don't value victims' lives, man. And at some point, you have to look at these things and stop saying, well, what could the victim have done to avoid this? You gotta start saying, yo, why the fuck did you do this?
Because
Like, we gotta start building.
Every single person knows somebody, usually a woman, I will say, that has had some type of sexual assault, sexual misconduct, rape situation, either as a child or as an adult. Everybody. If you took a poll, you would know at least one.
Then that's being generous there.
That is being very generous. And it's sad because nobody, and it happens so frequently, you would think it would come up more. But it doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Not in the context of actually helping the person who was victimized.
And I'm actually looking at this worksheet right now, and here is like they ask you a bunch of questions, like, why did God let it happen? Result of defrauding by the following: immodest dress, indecent exposure, being out from the protection of our parents, being with evil friends. Is there any guilt for disobedience, for not reporting it? Failure to report allows others to be abused. Clear guilt by confessing it to God. Explaining the potential of a moral vaccination and attesting genuine love by casting out fear for marriage.
I read that thing, and I was just like, I cannot. With this entire worksheet thing about you tempting someone and it being your, like, this is what they tell you as a victim of counseling. If you actually did open your mouth and say something, this is what they give you.
Yep.
And like, all I can say is, what the actual fuck?
And if, for those that don't know, the Duggars are actually a part of the Quiverful Evangelist Christian movement. And basically the whole point of being Quiverful is to have a bunch of kids. Basically, they don't believe in birth control. They don't believe in planning nothing. Have as many kids as God supposedly allows, so you'll basically outnumber and outpopulate people who aren't Quiverful. So these motherfuckers are trying to outbreed everybody with these types of beliefs.
Well, I mean, they are on the right track. They got like 5,000 children.
And that's the fucked up part about it.
And apparently, I cannot. I'm unable to can with the rest of this situation.
But speaking of projecting, we got the pastor who was caught on Grindr.
Yeah, I want to touch one more topic before we go on. Is that the other thing we keep hearing so much about in this is forgiveness. We need to forgive. We need to forgive them. We need to move on and forgive. And that forgiveness is extremely important to white evangelical Christians, especially when it's a white evangelical Christian whose moral authority has now been compromised due to something they need forgiveness for. When Josh Duggar F's up, well, we need to forgive so that Josh Duggar's moral authority to tell people that being gay is wrong is not compromised. When Mike Brown messes up, or when the kids in Baltimore mess up, well, they're thugs and criminals, and it's a character flaw, and they need to have the book thrown at them.
Yep.
Forgiveness is key when we need to be forgiven, so you can't hold this against us anymore.
White people can only be forgiven. What's wrong with you, Eric?
Well, yes, that's the key part.
Oh my goodness.
What's wrong with you, man?
These hoes are for everybody. Forgiveness is for white people.
I'm done.
It's not. Oh my God.
Thank you for that.
I do what I can for the people.
Oh my God.
Like, seriously.
Foolishness.
And the reason why we keep making those correlations is because the Duggar family has pull within the Republican Party. Like, they have legit pull. Yeah. Mike Huckabee is out here caping for the Duggars. And Mike Huckabee is trying to mess up his Fox News money, caping for the Duggars.
For a child molester, like, there is no, like, for you to come out with that statement, I feel like arguably, some of the people that society hates the worst are child molesters, and you came out here Like, oh, it was just a mistake, blah, blah. You didn't come out here with the generic, we're praying for everybody involved in the situation, which is arguably the most political way to do this.
Yep.
Superman could not have flown in faster with a cape than Mike Huckabee did for the Duggars. Like, oh my goodness, we need to solve this now.
It made
Right,
me wonder about
and-
Mike Huckabee. Oh.
And
But
what
he's
it
not
is
really trying to be
is-
president. Like, that's just a smokescreen. He wants his issues to be part of the discussion for the presidential campaign. He wants whoever's president to have to agree to a bunch of his views, but Mike Huckabee knows he's not going to be president, especially after coming out and supporting the Duggars, because I don't care whose vote you're courting, you're not going to win going, I mean, he only molested a few children.
He's
Right,
sorry.
and a big part of it is how we view rapists, right? Like, when people hear rapist or child molester, they think a monster. They think this sort of
Yeah.
boogeyman that lives in the closet. They don't think of, oh,
A brother,
One
a
of the
family
Duggars, or-
friend,
oh.
an uncle, a priest,
Exactly.
a preacher,
Yeah.
a school counselor. They don't think that. Yeah, it's always
No.
an otherization.
I know them.
People
They've
don't
been
rape
nice
only
to me. Yeah. I know them. They've been nice to me. They can't be
Exactly.
a child molester. They're not racist. They sing to the radio in the car. It's the same
Exactly.
logic. Like, no,
like
you
it-
can't have done X horrible thing because you're nice to me.
Serial killers, like, yes, some serial killers might have had a pet. You don't know. People are crazy. You don't know what they're doing. Arguably, most of the time, people who do crazy stuff have to be nice to endear you to them in the first place.
Duh.
Because child molesters are often offering kids candy and puppies and all this other kind of stuff. Like, most of the time, it's an entreating, like, inviting, I have candy and the ice cream and all this other kind of stuff. And they groom, like, they talk about grooming, how they groom people. And you don't groom people by being aggressive all the time. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
So, no, that, I don't know why, because everybody's just, I guess it's
And-
kind of like when people die. Nobody that
This is just
dies is ever a terrible person.
Yep.
Yeah, like I don't baggage from all of these other events into this, but like I see the parallels and it's frustrating. Like we allow these we turn people like Freddie Gray, Mike Brown, Kia Boyd, we turn them into monsters responsible for death, and like it's frustrating and it's draining. It's like, yo, the fuck, what the fuck do I got to do to be? I've hit the point where I'm done trying to. I think
You're breaking up again, Justin.
Yeah.
I needed people that don't give a shit about me.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Yeah. Justin, you're breaking up again pretty badly.
I just don't. I can't, and I won't. I'm just done with all these fucking hypocrites.
I haven't, see, here's the thing. When it comes to, like, I feel like, and when it comes to child molestation, you would think that that's something that everybody could get on board with, right? No
Girl.
child molestation. Is that hard? Why is that hard?
I mean, you got a guy who just offered to pay a dowry for a 17-year-old he's been watching since he was 10. Clearly, this is not unanimous.
Yeah.
No, I actually had a discussion with a guy on somebody else's Facebook status about dudes who were checking for chicks in high school. And he was like, well, it's because puberty, like, it makes it the biological markers for you to be able to have kids, so it's like
Sorry.
okay. And I'm just like, so you're a child
No,
molester.
no, no, no,
I'm
no.
done with this
Nope.
conversation.
Nope, not today, Satan.
Not
Nope,
today,
nope, nope.
Satan. I was like, I'm done with this conversation because
You are
you're a middle-aged man. You're a middle-aged man who wants to be able to look at middle school and high school girls without somebody looking at you crazy. No, I'm gonna be the one to be like, I'm done talking to you.
I just feel like if we can socially shame women to the point where they actually change their behavior from sleeping with whoever they want to sleep with as consenting adults, why can't we shame people who not only just molest children, but who prey on people who are like way younger than them, even if it's legal? It just shouldn't be happening. Like that damn senator who took that antebellum ass picture with his 19-year-old baby mama.
Oh no,
shit
that
is
wasn't
so-
legal.
That he was messing with while she was 17.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
that was totally
She's
illegal.
legal now.
Like,
She's legal now. But yeah.
she's lied. Yeah, well, she also lied about the fact that they weren't together before she was legal. And apparently,
Was the
her
title-
mother or someone like that may be in jail or fighting a court battle over it. Like,
Either way,
for
it's
basically,
fine.
I think, admitting that he, like, think basically she may have admitted to knowledge or something like that. So she's wrapped up in court. He
But he's
copped a
not?
plea deal and
Wow.
is not, no, he took a deal and, like, I don't know if it was no contest or what, but basically, he's out, about to marry her, taking antebellum photos,
Would they?
and the family is, like, about to sue him for lying and saying that they weren't together and all this stuff.
But hell, just a few months ago, we had an interview with Mary Kay Letourneau and her child husband. This shit is slowly but surely getting normalized again, and it's fucked up.
That's so
It's-
disturbing.
And
And
like,
I mean, I
what-
remember being that age and like having dudes who were clearly
Oh yeah.
way too old to be trying to talk to me, trying to roll up on me when I'm like 14 in the Kroger,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
14, 15 years old, like in a corner store or something, getting some Doritos or something.
Yeah, me too.
And it don't, like, that's the kind of, like, no. And it's all over the place. And I know if it's happened to me, it's happened to
Oh yeah.
more than one person.
exactly. And it's sad, man. Like the excuses and mental gymnastics we go through to sort of justify this behavior, it's fucking disgusting, yo. And like what I was trying to say before is, and maybe this is me just bringing baggage from other issues into this, but it's like people will bend over backwards to try to humanize these people, but like we don't get that benefit,
Hell
right?
no.
Like when Mike Brown gets executed by Darren Wilson, it's, oh, well, he was a thug. You know, he must have been doing something. Trayvon Martin must have been doing something. Raquel Boyd must have been doing something. Samira Rice shouldn't have been playing with the gun and shouldn't have been playing in the park. John Crawford shouldn't have tried to purchase a gun in an open carry state. Like, it's the fuck, man. Like, at this point, you just have to recognize they don't see you as human. Like, they don't see us as human. They don't see us as worthy. They don't see us as worthy of this sort of debate, coverage, or humanization. So that's why I'm at the point now I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to try to validate my humanity to people that don't give a shit about me. Like, it's becoming more and more clear that y'all don't give a shit about us.
Yeah.
Nobody came out caping for Bishop Long, what's his name?
Eddie
Long
Long
Stroke.
Long. Nobody was caping for that dude, and he ain't even admit to nothing.
Only people who are caping for him is people who actually attend his church, New Birth. And I have a running theory that New Birth is a cult anyway. Y'all don't realize those people go hard in the fucking paint for Eddie Long. Like, to the point people talk about fighting anybody who says anything bad about Eddie Long. And this is a majority black church. Y'all, it is that fucking serious.
Oh.
New Birth is, y'all just don't know.
Well, I've never been.
My parents have stories, both of them, the live one and the dead one, stories. Like, my mama remembers sitting in a barbershop getting her a haircut, and these guys talking about how Eddie Long came in there with a bunch of little boys around him feeding him grapes while he was getting his haircut.
The fuck?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
That's a problem.
yeah.
The fuck is this, ancient Greece?
Yeah, like I haven't read a lot of Greek history, but I've read enough.
Man.
That's
Oh shit.
creepy.
All right.
Yes.
Now that we've
I'm
thoroughly
sufficiently creeped out now.
destroyed any faith in humanity I had left today,
Yep.
we got to do something like uplifting for the people. And while we find that, the thing that really like put a smile on my face this weekend, the hashtag that was going around, Beyonce always on beat.
Yes.
So like I saw that and my first thought was, oh, so black people finally got their own Giles theme. Like there's a running meme on the internet. It's older than me, I think. It's not older than me, but I'm gonna say it is. where it says Guile's theme from Street Fighter goes with everything. Like, no matter what you're doing or what you're watching, you can put Guile's theme from Street Fighter 2 to that action, and it will fit. Someone put the scene in Fresh Prince where Uncle Phil is doing pool. They put that to Guile's theme, and it fits. There's a dude. What's the scene? It's I forget the movie. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger and the guy that plays Apollo Creed doing the most epic handshake of all time. Guile's theme, and it goes with it. So some brave individual needs to take Beyonce dancing to Guile's theme. Two things that go perfectly with everything. We must combine them. Like, that has to be a thing. That
actually reminds me of something else. I was listening to Insanity Check today, actually, with Rod from Black IU Tips, Karen from Black IU Tips, and Chris on, and they were talking about the Storm comic and how terrible it was, as well as the fact that they break their own rules, because in one sequence, Storm is about to like make some play like rain somewhere or cause a storm, and they're like, no, you know you can't do it, because if you make it rain here, then it won't rain someplace else. And then later she makes it rain at the X mansion just to water the garden or something like that. And it's just like, so you guys aren't even paying attention to your own rules. And it made me realize I need some intrepid artist to go out and create a picture of Storm making it rain Harriet Tubman 20s.
No, damn it!
In the
No,
background,
absolutely
the phrase,
not.
if I make it rain here, it won't rain someplace else.
Oh my god! That needs to happen. I'm behind this. I support this.
Why, Eric? Why must you be so ratchet?
What? It's going to be great.
How you even came up with...
It's great.
I support this 100%.
I do not support this Negro foolishness.
Or she could just be like throwing two stacks in the air, and the wind is causing it to whip around.
No.
If I make it rain here, it won't rain someplace else.
That is amazing.
I'm trusting you, Internet.
Amazing. Oh man, hold on.
Speaking of, makes it rain.
No.
Speaking of terrible comic book things, I don't think I brought it up with you guys. So Reggie Hudlin, who I can't stand, has a run on Black Panther. Reggie Hudlin, did he used to do work for BET as well? Him and Deborah Lee? Why did I say used to work for BET? Let me Google that. But anyways, I can't stand him as a writer. And why I can't stand him as a writer? He took a Black Panther run, and there's an arc, a story arc, where it's Black Panther, Luke Cage, Brother Voodoo, and Blade, all in New Orleans fighting vampires. On the one hand, you're like, oh, cool, all these black heroes together. And then you read it, and it's Luke Cage basically making black jokes the whole time. Like, there's a scene where T'Challa jumps over something, and he's like, damn, T'Challa, with hops like that, you could have played for the Knicks. I'm like, really? Really, nigga? He's the king of a fucking country. You're going to say you could play for the... Really, nigga? Really?
Because black people are relating, Justin. You want to relate to Negroes? Talk about sneakers and basketball. Duh.
Man.
Anyways, I bring that up to say Reggie Hudlin is also doing a web series of Static Shock. If it was anyone else, I'd be excited, but it's him, so I know I'm going to hate it because it's going to be so fucking terrible. Oh, it's going to be terrible. Yes, he was president of entertainment for BET from 2005 to... From 2005 to 2008. Oh, shit! Yeah, I remember. So in season 2 of the Boondocks, they roasted his ass. I'm college-educated Reginald Hudlin. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, imagine that guy. Imagine that guy writing Black Panther. No, fuck him. And now he's got a hold of one of like something that is near and dear to my childhood, Static Shock. That's just, it's gonna be so terrible. And in general, in general, I'm against like hating on things before they come out and giving it a chance. But fuck this guy. And like apparently the rumor is Jaden Smith is gonna be Virgil Hawkins. He's gonna be Static. And I'm like, you know what? Virgil could probably be Static if someone else was writing Static. What is this guy? It's the Black Panther, king of the most technologically advanced society in the Marvel Universe, should play for the Knicks because he jumps good.
Nigga, you couldn't even say the Lakers, though.
Nope.
The Lakers. Maybe the
Well, Luke
Lakers like in
Cage from New York,
2000 and...
so.
Oh, well.
I guess.
Oh yeah, and then the whole arc ends with them finding like a '64 Cadillac out of nowhere, and they just ride around in a Cadillac for no reason. It was
No,
like,
they did.
No, that's made up. That didn't actually happen.
Nope.
Oh,
That
no,
was
no, no.
published
Where's
by
my-
real humans.
No, they
I will-
didn't.
Yes, they did. Matter of
No,
fact, when this is over, I will post the picture to my timeline. They just find the cat, and it's like, you found my sweet ride.
No!
Oh.
No, so everybody's talking like...
Because Negroes and Cadillacs, Justin. Duh.
Like, dog, it is so fucking terrible. Like, there's a scene
So
where T'Challa's
everybody's talking
trying
like
to...
Huggy Bear for what reason?
Dog, there's a scene where T'Challa is talking to Spectrum because, hey, she turns into light. That's a pretty handy power to have when fighting vampires. And he's like inspiring her, telling her, hey, look, you're destined for great things. You have the power of a fucking sun, for God's sakes. Act like it. These two old men in the background. Damn, T'Challa could hit if he wanted to. I know I would.
No!
It's fucking
Damn it.
horrible.
The hell?
It is
I thought we were ending
fucking
on a high note.
horrible.
I'm face planning right now.
You're
I
right. We
can't.
should have ended on a high note. The
That was
1998 rid of Black Panther is amazing. That rid of Black Panther is pretty good. I got nothing.
We could talk
So
about. I'm looking at the topic
go ahead.
list. We got plate fixing.
oh shit.
Oh,
Plate
yeah, the plate fixing.
Plate fixing.
Now, this
So-
debate has been floating around for so long, I don't even know why it's still a debate anymore.
Well, it's Memorial Day weekend. Like, this comes up every Memorial Day weekend. It's like, who gonna fix your man a plate? Funny story. So, Tiff normally doesn't let me fix her plates. I think her reasoning is she thinks I'm trying to, like, save more food for myself. She's like, you never give me enough food. And maybe subconsciously she's right, because I'm a fat kid at heart. Like, I eat a lot. So maybe she's right
Like
subconsciously.
8 feet tall.
Like, anytime this discussion comes up, that just makes me think of I'm trying to fix a plate for my wife, and she's like, no, you don't do it right. You don't give me enough food. And I'm just
Well,
like,
she is
"Oh."
pregnant too, Justin, so you can't do that to no pregnant chick.
Actually, you know what? That's probably what it is. I'm fixing normal portions, and I should be fixing pregnancy
For
portions.
two.
Exactly. You feeding her and baby Smurda. Now?
Baby Schmurder, rich homie Baby Quan Schmurder. But no, like I swear, Twitter is just like a collective of all of Steve Harvey's failed relationship advice, and people are trying to like pander that into book deals and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But Demetria Lucas from Abel in Brooklyn basically wrote this whole treatise about how fixing plates is rooted in patriarchy and blah, blah, blah. She basically wrote this shit based on a meme. And the memes basically says, so, with like 12 O's, you are at a barbecue. Your man is hungry. He lets you know he is hungry, but you are not the kind of woman to go around, quote unquote, fixing plates for a man, so you ignore him. A random woman hears this and says, I will fix this plate. She sachets away and comes back with a plate for your man. Do you have any problems with this?
That had to come from Facebook. Like, I feel like Facebook is the home of all of these ridiculous ass hypotheticals that will test your relationship. You walk home and your wife's best friend is in your bed butt naked. What do you do?
Set the bed on fire. That is what you do.
You come home and your girlfriend's cousin is in the kitchen cooking naked. What do you do?
Ask if she gonna make some bacon and go back in your room.
Like, in what world do these things happen? Like
Like
this shit
what?
doesn't happen.
Who cooks bacon naked? That sounds painful.
That does sound like you just asking.
Hey, so that grease a
You're asking
pot,
for it at that
and
point.
you will be.
You get the dancing.
Pain.
You gonna get the dancing.
That's not gonna be right.
But
The
no.
little known alternate
Seriously.
Marvel Universe Earth Ratchet.
Humor me. What, Breon, what would you do?
Well, see, you could have already stopped at "I'm not the type of woman to fix a plate for a man" part, because I am. So there's that.
We doing hypotheticals here, woman. Hypotheticals.
But let's say I was ignoring my man for whatever reason, which already.
Yeah, I don't get that part either.
Like, I'm gonna just ignore you? Like, you don't hear me talking? Okay, because if it was me, I'd have a problem with you ignoring me. But, no, you can't fix nobody else is fixing nobody plates over here.
Especially if some random, it ain't say a random woman here. Look here. First of all, why your random ass coming up here offering to fix my babe's plate? If I see her coming back with a plate, I'm going to take my open palm and smack that shit out her hand.
I don't understand the next step of this. Like, she's going to go, then she's going to make the plate, she's going to bring it to him, and he's going to be so thankful that she slips and falls on his dick. What is the next step here?
That's the part that blows me. Cool. No, she fixes the plate.
No.
Then you eat the plate.
Let me explain the intimacy of the action.
I understand. No, I understand. I'm not allowed to eat the plate. I have to throw it across the room like there's a snake on it while screaming, "Back away, harpy she-devil," while making the sign of the cross. And following the power of Christ while throwing vodka in her face. I realize that.
Wasting no vodka.
I liken fixing plates for women to like if your woman was wearing another guy's jacket.
Exactly.
Like it's a closeness, you know, the close that I feel like you just can't do for everybody. And how does they know what you want on your plate? If there's a whole bunch of food there, they don't know you. Baby, they don't know you don't like mushrooms. What if it's stuffed mushrooms over there? They put mushrooms on the plate. You know,
I'm going to throw one mushrooms at her head.
I'm a grown-ass man. If I'm hungry, I'm going to go make my own damn plate.
That's not the principle of the thing, Eric.
That is not the principle. As a Southern woman.
I'm not from the South.
You ain't fixing my baby's plate.
I am from the North.
Well,
I'll make my own damn plate.
I know you are from the North, dear. I'm just saying.
But you ain't in the North no more.
When in Rome.
I made my own plate at Memorial Day.
Nigga, I don't give a damn.
Yes. And I handed you the plate mostly because I knew you was going to fix your own plate because you stand there looking at me like I'm crazy when I try to fix your plate. And you let me fix it when I cook you food, like just us. Then you look like you don't look at me crazy, but like we're out, and you look at me crazy.
From a place where at events like this, the only people who are making other people's plates are if you're making like your invalid family member a plate or a small child, you would make their plate for them. Everybody else is an adult.
It's different if you fixing plates for everybody. But if some random bitch gets up and be like, okay, you're not fixing this plate, well, I don't date, man. But you're not fixing her plate, I'll fix her plate. I'll slap that bitch out her face. Fuck that. I am as feminist as it comes, but nigga, it's the principle of the thing.
I feel like if there is a principle involved, and yes, I do. Usually if I'm cooking, I'm already in the kitchen, I fix your plate, I fix my plate, I bring the food over, you get the drinks, we have a routine, there's a thing. But just some random chick, like you can't make no plates, you can't cook no food.
You can't bring a potato salad?
Don't bring, like, it's like did somebody bring something to the office that they share with everybody, they just give it to you. Because I got questions. You don't food? You don't do food. That's a no.
There is a reason some dudes will not eat spaghetti from other women. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh Lord.
Because people can't cook meat and sauce like that.
No,
I feel like that's an easy thing to.
No, leave us alone, Justin.
No. Not doing it. Good night, everybody. Great show. See you next week. No.
It's been a wonderful show. Thank everyone for listening and watching. What we're not doing is going back into this.
I'm not explaining.
I'm just saying you can't do anything food related for anybody else's significant other. That's all I'm saying.
Forgot the housekeeping, so I'm going to do that part now.
I always gotta get. I always get
Housekeeping part of the show. You can find us at 3FifsPodcast.com. You can find us on Stitcher Radio. Look for 3Fifs Podcast. If you leave us a 5-star review, we will read it on air, no matter what it is. We appreciate all your feedback. If you're going on the site, you can also leave feedback through the site as well. We already said you can catch me at AwesomeCon along with Chris from Insanity Check, Sterling from Gaming and Then Some, Phenom Black from Where's My 40 Acres. We'll be at AwesomeCon doing a trip down memory lane. Nostalgia's that is at 3:30 Saturday, May 30th at AwesomeCon, room 145, I do believe. The other bit of housekeeping. So in our push to give you guys extra content, we're going to start putting out extra shows. I don't think these are going to be live shows. The first one I'm doing is not going to be a live show. We're calling these the Extra Fifs. And what I'm going to do for the Extra Fifs is I've reached out to a few women in gaming because gaming matters to me. And we're just going to talk gaming, their experiences, their projects, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great thing for you guys to get to know some other people doing great things in the nerd world and, sort of make the space more inclusive. Like, I feel like that's my duty here. I've got the space. I'm going to do what I can to make it more inclusive and make it better for everybody. So the first one, I'm recording it Friday with Miss HL on Twitter. We'll be talking about her streaming channel, and I'm sure we'll talk Destiny as well because we're both functioning Destiny addicts. Yeah, I believe that's the housekeeping. Did I get everything? Did I miss anything?
You can follow us on @3FifsPodcast on Twitter. You can tweet the show using the hashtag 3FifsPod if you're listening to it. Find anything you like. Want to let us know that you're live tweeting along. Use the hashtag 3FifsPod, and we are building up the Twitter side, as Justin said before, 3FifsPodcast.com. Stitcher Radio, 3Fifs Podcast. I think that's everything. You can find us individually on Twitter, not that Bree tweets.
And I actually went to a hashtag Say Her Name protest and took some brief video.
Oh.
It went well. I might actually post some of the video I took online on our YouTube channel and on our blog. So yeah, look out for that. I posted like a collage thing on not Ashley, but I might do all the other content on our YouTube channel. So yeah, look out for that. I'm trying to do more things like that on the ground type deal.
So
And I'm
we're going to keep trying to push out content.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is what we do here. We are content creators.
Yes.
But
Go
yeah,
ahead, Brianna.
if that is...
Brianna was saying something.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna start tweeting, and I have some
There she
funness for y'all, and it's coming. Y'all just gotta be patient and confident in a sister.
I believe
Thank
in
you.
you. Bree.
Thank you, somebody.
I believe in you.
I believe in the you that believes in you.
That's what that
Thank you, Kamina.
That ain't a backhead
Thank you,
ass
Kamina.
comment.
And you know what happened to
There you go.
Kamina?
Damn. Yeah. Damn. I
See,
gotta say, Gurren Lagann. I watched Gurren Lagann, then we can really wrap up. I watched Gurren Lagann right after Evangelion, and I feel like you need that. Like, after watching the mindfuck that is Evangelion, you need something lighthearted like Gurren Lagann. Like, you need that.
is that lighthearted?
Compared to Evangelion, hell yes. Oh, God, yes. Oh, God.
Gurren Lagann was rough for her. It was still early on. It was some of her early anime deaths, like Kaze
okay.
no Stigma.
Ayumi-chan.
Yeah, Ayumi-chan was her first, relatable, nice, young character dying despite you coming to love them. So, because I was just like, yeah, they said she's a clone. They said she's going to die. She died. Like, that's what happens.
But she didn't have to go out like that, though. That's all I was saying.
Look,
All I was saying.
I knew it was going to happen to Ayumi-chan. They told you at the start.
Yep.
Ayumi-chan.
It's 10:30, people.
Yes. So, yes, Justin will be at AwesomeCon. There apparently are still tickets for Fan Expo left, so I'll see if me and Brianna end up swinging by there. We would probably only go for a single day, like Saturday, but maybe we can put up some pictures or something if we make it out there. Try and push you all some more content, because we are content creators. And I think eventually we'd love to get press passes to one of these things, and, well, that means going and continuing to grow our base through viewers like you. So like, share,
Nigga, this ain't
retweet,
PBS.
all that great stuff. Continue your
There
wonderful
you go.
support of us, because you all have been great, and we're just hoping to continue to doing this and continuing to grow. So thank you.
Yep.
Woo.
All right, later, guys. Good night.
Night night.
Bye.
Right?
Peace and love.
And